Hi, Pedro.
So today, how's this? Yes. Oh Oh my god, you keep saying it's like which is he was somewhere. I was like, that's not amazing. Yeah, he's getting stuff. That was true. I see the word. How you There you go. Take it up. Very good.
I feel like this is just hanging out. But I do remember
I think I did. I sent a message.
Yeah, I got a read, and then so like I'm assistant now. So I have
Test.
40 hours.
Graduates, please remove your masks. And please be seated. Good evening. It's an honor and privilege to welcome you to the New Egypt High School commencement ceremony for 2021. I'd like to begin tonight's program by recognizing four spectacular students. James Callahan, Madison Letts, Anthony Scazzari, and Kylie Staub are members of the class of 2021, who after graduation will be proudly serving our country. After graduation, Anthony Scazzari and James Callahan will enter the New Jersey Air National Guard. Madison Letts will be shipping off to Missouri for basic training in July to proudly serve the United States Army. And Kylie Staub will be attending Georgia Tech University on an ROTC scholarship with the United States Air Force. Thank you, guys. Kylie and Anthony will lead us to salute our nation's flag. Anthony?
Please stand for the playing of our national anthem by the New Egypt High School Band and remain standing for the flag salute.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
I want to thank Mr. Grotto and his band. The rendition of Pomp and Circumstance and that rendition of the national anthem and the recessional you will hear later was from Mr. Grotto and his band, so thank you. I want to thank James, Anthony, Madison, and Kylie for your service to our great country. Our high school graduation is a joyous event, culminating in secondary education for our outstanding senior class. I want to recognize and give many thanks for the people that got us here. First, I would like to thank the members of the Board of Education for their dedication and support of our students. I want to thank Acting Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Michelle Crane, and our Business Administrator, Mr. Gately, and my fellow colleagues to my right on the administrative team, for their teamwork and expertise through 2 very challenging years. I want to thank the Chief of Police, Chief Earl Maroney, and his department for our outstanding working relationship with our schools and for the protection and safety of our students and community. Our district welcomes and appreciates Mr. Herb Marinari and the members of the Township Council for their partnership with our schools. Now to the parents and the guardians of the class of 2021 that are assembled before us today. Thank you for your patience, your understanding, and your support during this very difficult time. I understand that some decisions were thrust upon you and that your family, it was very difficult to grapple with. Your respectful communication and support for our schools and our students and the greater community was astounding. So thank you, parents and guardians. I want to thank the New Egypt High School team for their dedication and commitment to our student body. Assistant Principal Carolyn Videla, Director of Student Personnel Services, Mrs. Jessica Drucker, and first-year athletic director, Mr. Ken Mason, have done a stellar job. Each of them bring a unique skill set to the job that affords our students an outstanding experience, so thank you. I want to thank our teaching staff members assembled before us today, child study team members, school security, paraprofessionals, secretaries, other school employees for their dedication to our students. Your countless hours for our students and their families, and your professionalism in the face of very difficult circumstances, a true marvel, so thank you. A special thank you to our senior class advisors, Mr. Sean Fatima and Ms. Carolyn Santoro, for leading this outstanding senior class. And finally, we can clap for that for sure. And finally, I want to thank the Buildings and Grounds Department and the Custodial Department for preparing our facility for tonight, and not only tonight, but their tireless efforts this school year in keeping our schools and grounds beautiful and safe in a very challenging year. So thank you all. At this time, it's my pleasure to invite the President of the Plumstead Township Board of Education, Mrs. Sandy Souls, to deliver the Board of Education comments. Mrs. Souls.
Good evening. When I had asked to speak to a graduating class, especially one as resilient, extraordinary, intelligent, and creative, and one who truly represents the meaning of a warrior, there is one thought that comes to mind. What lifelong message can I share with you to help you guide you through life? So my mind begins to collect numerous ideas. A couple of weeks ago, my husband and I were enjoying a beautiful night on the deck. The stars were shining and the calmness of the evening filled our special little town. I came across an amazing commencement speech given by Kerry Corrigan, an American author, for the Walker School in Marietta, Georgia. After listening to her words and wiping away numerous tears, I was so inspired that I had to share her amazing thoughts with you. So here it goes, and I hope I can do it justice. I am going to tell you the secret of life, and you will likely forget it by the time you leave the parking lot as a New Egypt High School graduate. But in 20 years, one of you is going to look at the other and say, "What did that lady tell us again?" I'm going to share 3 stories with you. Here's the first. Mrs. Corrigan's husband attended a dinner. His first impression of the gentleman he was seated next to is that he was a bit of a dud. Her husband texts Mrs. Corrigan and says that he would be home early. But then, the man across the table mentions something about going on a safari. Her husband looks at the dud and asks, "Have you ever been to that part of the world?" "Well," the gentleman responds, "I spent 45 days in Madagascar as a political prisoner." After many questions and answers, it was revealed that he had almost starved to death, but was fortunately rescued, weighing 111 pounds. Have you ever heard such a story like that? Her husband almost missed it. Story 2. Mrs. Corrigan attended a fundraiser. There was a very beautiful woman seated next to her, dressed in a perfectly tailored suit, wearing shoes with shiny red bottoms, which means they are very expensive. She feels shubbly and ugly, and she wants to text her husband and to tell him that she'll be home early. But then she asked the beautiful woman seated next to her, "What brings you here today?" She replied that she comes every year with her family to celebrate giving a kidney to her mother. A dozen questions later, she has a new friend. Have you ever heard a story like that? She almost missed it. 3. Mrs. Corrigan is being driven to San Francisco Airport to travel to Georgia to give this commencement address. While she's on her way to catch her flight, she responds to emails, prepares for an interview, schedules her podcast, promotes her new children's book, Hello World, arranges the selling of their home, and writes the last bit of her commencement speech. A little marble elephant on the dashboard catches her eye. She asks the driver where he got it. He took a long pause and shared with her that his mother gave it to him before he left India when he was 16 years old. Did your mother just cry buckets when you left? She asked. The driver replied, "Oh, yes. She must be happy when you get home," stated Mrs. Corrigan. The driver paused again and told her that he never saw her again. She passed away and he couldn't get there in time. Have you ever heard a story like that? She almost missed it. So here's the message. Everyone, everywhere, has stories to tell you and things to teach you. No moment is ever too small to learn from, no matter where you are. So, ask questions. The only thing better than a question is a follow-up question. This is especially true for the people you spend the most time with. Mrs. Corrigan reminds us all that we do not know everything about everyone. There is more to each of us than we think. So if you want happiness, and our society needs happy people, you have to connect with everyone. The Wawa clerk, the bully, your weird cousin who picks his nose. Everywhere, at Anthony's, Tootie's, the New Egypt Marketplace, Dunkin' Donuts. You get my point. Everyone has stories to tell and things to teach. A little wonder goes a long way. Disregard what you've always heard, that curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity is brave and humble and always pays. One final thought. Great lives are just an accumulation of great days, and great days are just an accumulation of great connections. The deep, lifelong connections, the people you will miss the most next year, and the people who will miss you, especially your parents. I know what your parents are going to feel in a couple of short months. I too have gone through giving my children their independence. My 2 daughters went to the University of Louisville, 713 miles from New Egypt. That mileage count is embedded in my memory forever. I want to explain something about the people who raised you to help you understand all the crying, staring, and weirdly long hugs. So you were little, and at some point you came into consciousness and looked up, and there we were, slicing apples just the way you like them, cutting the crust off your favorite sandwich, reading a bedtime story, and cheering for you at an athletic event. You've never known a world we were not in. But as parents, we were just regular nobodies. And then you entered our lives and you changed everything. Your parents could win the Mega Millions and you would still be the biggest and best thing that has ever happened to them. They love you more than you have loved anything. So yeah, maybe they want to stare at your face a little longer. Hang on to that body they once lifted in the air while I listen to you say, again, and take one more family photo. Just let them. Be patient with them. It's hard. Please take very good care of yourselves. Be brave, be humble, be kind, and never forget where you came from and where you will always be welcomed back with open arms. Once a warrior, always a warrior. On behalf of the Plumstead Township Board of Education, congratulations to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Souls. I would like to now introduce former Plumstead Township School District Board of Education member and 2019 Friend of Education Award winner, Mr. Chris Probasco, to present this year's Friend of Education Award. Mr. Probasco?
Thank you. The New Egypt Marketplace is one of Plumstead School's biggest supporters. They never say no to a fundraiser or help when needed. New Egypt Marketplace has increased student jobs for School to Work program and always provides multiple job shadowing opportunities to our students. They work with our special education students, hire our students part-time, and donate food when needed. The New Egypt Marketplace provides many scholarships to our seniors, and they've even increased them over the past years. In particular, Kristen Nevers has worked closely with the New Egypt High School's Business Academy since its inception. His direct involvement has certainly impacted its success. For example, Kristen was the one who thought that it would be a great learning experience for our business students to directly present the idea of the Case Warrior pork roll. He was instrumental in numerous meetings to this end and provided tremendous support for our students. He helped the students to understand the promotion and best present the idea to the president of Case's pork roll, Tom Dolan. In the end, the students won Tom Dolan's support to move forward with what we now see on the shelves as Case's Warrior pork roll. Through Kristen's expertise and time, our students learned about sales, marketing, operating a small business. Equally as important, our students learned from Kristen the importance of giving back to the community as a role model for them through his donations, money, and time. During COVID, both last year and this year, Kristen continued to work virtually with our students, even when we all knew it was easy just to not do that and walk away. But he didn't. In turn, Kristen never exemplifies what's meant to be a warrior and a friend of education. Kristen Nevers, please come up and accept your award.
I say thank you. Thank you very much for this. I must say that being part of this community is quite a pleasure over the past 20 years. I feel obligated to give back as much as we can, when we can, and help out. Going forward, we're going to do the same thing. And I don't have a speech for you, but I do have a couple of words of advice. One thing you can do going forward is just give back to your community, give a little extra of yourself, especially when it means the most. Give to your family, friends, community. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Probasco, and congratulations to Mr. Nevers on this well-deserved honor. Tonight's welcome address will be given by an outstanding student who is highly motivated. His accomplishments at New Egypt High School are many, and whatever organization or club he's involved in, he has held a leadership position. He is our senior class president, student government secretary, and business academy secretary. He is also a multi-sport athlete and was a member and leader of many clubs at our schools. Upon graduation, he will attend Carnegie Mellon University to study business administration with a concentration in marketing. I'm proud and honored to introduce Timmy Chung. Hello,
Eleanor Roosevelt said life is unpredictable, but one thing is certain, we made it. Congratulations to the class of 2021. My name is Timmy Chung, and I'm fortunate enough to call New Egypt my home since day one, and myself a warrior. It is an honor to be standing here today on behalf of the class of 2021 as I welcome classmates, teachers, administrators, family, and friends to the New Egypt High School class of 2021 graduation ceremony. First and foremost, I would like to especially thank New Egypt and everyone for making the last 4 years such an amazing and memorable journey. Before I begin, here's a quick history lesson. Eleanor Roosevelt was one of the most influential American political figures during her time. Even a powerful individual like Eleanor Roosevelt couldn't predict the future, but what she did was create it. Eleanor Roosevelt didn't let this idea stop her as she advocated for expanded roles for women in the workplace, the civil rights of African Americans and Asian Americans, and the list goes on. Likewise, although we are living in these unprecedented times and we wish the world could go back to normal, let's use our power to create the future we want and change society. Through these tough times, New Egypt has taught us to have a heart of a warrior, to stay warrior strong, but most importantly, embrace the unpredictable. Don't be afraid of the future, but instead be excited for what's to come. It is because of the outstanding teachers of New Egypt High School and our tight-knit community that has made us more than prepared for the future as the world isn't ready for all of us. Class of 2021, as we graduate today, remember that life is unpredictable as we have seen in the last year. But no matter what life throws at us, we persevere through all of the difficulties in true warrior strength and passion. It is without doubt that I know each and every one of us will succeed in our own unique way and make an impact on the world. Before I go, let me share one secret that will help you predict the future. There is no secret because no matter how hard you try to get ahead, life is always 2 steps ahead while we are 1 step behind. But don't let this stop you. The truth is, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day after, so make each and every moment count. The future lies within your hands, so make the best of it. Lastly, and most importantly, never forget where you came from, as once a warrior, always a warrior. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Timmy. Now I'd like to recognize the students who have received either an honor or a scholarship during the past year. Many of today's graduates have received scholarships not only from the colleges they will attend, but also from the generosity of local community groups. These seniors were recognized for their academic and extracurricular accomplishments at our awards ceremony held on June 3rd. We would ask all the graduating seniors who have won awards or scholarships to stand and be recognized for their achievements one more time. Thank you guys, congratulations, and be seated. Each year, the graduating class presents our school with a gift. This gift is a symbol of appreciation and gratitude that the students feel towards our district and our school. Presenting this gift is an outstanding young woman. Jessica Sakamura is a hardworking and driven student who will be continuing her education at Virginia Tech to study business and finance this fall. She's the vice president of the senior class, a 3-sport athlete in tennis, bowling, and lacrosse, and is our business academy president. She is also our Board of Education student liaison. I'm pleased to welcome Jessica to the stage.
Thank you. And hello, everyone. I've thought about this moment for a really long time, since freshman year, and always tried to picture exactly what it would be like, but it's almost impossible to ever picture something like this. Now, I've never liked endings. The last chapter of a great book, last day on vacation, last football game of the season, or saying goodbye to something you love. We knew that this day would come eventually, and now it's our time to finish that last chapter, close the book, and open up a new one. But on the bright side, that book will always stay on the shelf, and you can open it up and look back anytime you want to. More importantly, remember, once a warrior, always a warrior. We will never forget New Egypt High School, just like New Egypt High School will never forget us, and all the memories that are just in that building. While we may no longer find ourselves here as much as we once used to, this place will always be a forever home to all of us. The class of 2021 will always be remembered for its intense involvement and dedication towards our school's programs and the school spirit that came with it. From creating the original War Zone t-shirts to promoting various themes throughout the season, we tried to think of a way to leave a lasting impression on the War Zone that will continue to build upon the school spirit that we helped to mold over these last 4 years. The class of 2021 is proud to present our senior gift to the school, a Welcome to the War Zone banner that will be displayed in the high school gymnasium in our War Zone student section. Thank you all, and go Warriors.
Thank you, Jess. Predictability is comforting yet boring. Change can make someone feel out of control, and it can be feared. All of us assembled here today can agree that we have had a life's worth of change and unpredictability in just the last 15 months. The theme of our graduation is perfect, and kudos to Haley Morton for choosing it. Our graduation theme is a quote by the great Eleanor Roosevelt and talks about life, change, predictability, and rolling with the changes that life throws at you. It is clear to all of us that class of 2021, your world changed completely in the most formative and important years of your high school career, which should also be noted as how well your class adapted to these enormous changes. In true Warrior fashion, you gracefully and respectfully understood and adapted to a senior year that must have seemed disjointed, tumultuous, and filled with things way beyond your control. And in speaking to your teachers and staff who are here, as freshmen, I really wonder if you're truly capable of that, maturity-wise and understanding, but you did. All freshmen entering high school change their senior years. It's inevitable. It's not uncommon. But what does not happen all the time is how successfully entire classes, the collective unit, changes for the better. The class of 2021 will be remembered for how you came together over the last 4 years to make our school better as a collective group, not as individuals. And you did this despite enormous unpredictability and enormous challenges. In this instance, in all instances, you are not last, which, as you know, is an informal and kind of funny rallying cry for your class. In fact, you have shown the ability to successfully lead among stress and unknown situations. You've showed that positive change is absolutely possible when you come together and work as a group for the betterment of the whole and not as an individual. And we realized it wasn't an easy path. It was difficult. But you stood tall, worked hard, and charted your own path to success. In short, high school, like life, is what you make of it. Class of 2021, those assembled before you today are proud, overfilled with joy at the numerous accomplishments that you made amid the unpredictability of life. I'm going to end with a lyric written by Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder, who said, thank you, who said, I know I was born and I know that I'll die, but the in-between is mine. On behalf of the entire Warrior community, congratulations and thank you. It's my honor to introduce the superintendent of the Plumstead Township School District, Mrs. Michelle Crane. Mrs. Crane, I present to you the candidates for graduation, the New Egypt class of 2021.
According to author Laini Taylor, hope can be a powerful force. Maybe there's no actual magic in it, but when you know what you hope for most and hold it like a light within you, you can make things happen, almost like magic. Class of 2021, when I look at you, I see hope. I know there are powerful forces inside each and every one of you. These forces have been at work all year. Keep these forces, this magic, with you as you move forward with the next journey of your life. Your grit, strength, resilience, flexibility, fortitude, and ability to make magic inspire me to be hopeful. When I look at you, I not only see hope, I see a bright future for us all. For this gift, I thank you. As superintendent of the Plumstead Township School District, I accept Mr. DeMarco's recommendation that all students seated before us have met requirements for high school graduation as specified by the Plumstead Township Board of Education and the great state of New Jersey. I certify that they are eligible to receive diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the graduating class of 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Crane. I would like to now invite Mr. Fatima and Ms. Santoro to come to the podium and read the names of our graduates. I ask everyone to please hold their applause until the end, until the names have been read. Thank you. Seniors, prepare for graduation.
Row 1, please stand. Jarrett Tyler Aronson. Katrina Lee Avizano. Jacob Baker. Cole Mitchell Boca. Julia Malone Berger. James Frederick Aiden Callahan. Timmy Chung. Ryan Scott Conway. Brinley Carolyn Crane. Morgan Elizabeth Crater. Danielle Nicole D'Alessandro. Gianna Marie DiMatteo. Ryan J. DeSantis. Ryan Hunter DeStefano. Michael James Dolan. Kevin Thomas Duran. Julian Thomas Doyle. Timothy Joseph Eicher. Jamie Thomas Enriquez.
Destiny Field. Cheyenne Frappier. Emma Grace Diane Gerbovac. Nicholas Thomas Green. Solomon Eric Haley Michael. Anna Christine Healy. Abigail Heller. Stephen Caleb Horvat. Joseph Anthony Hurd. Marcus Indira. Benjamin Allen Inman. Alexandra Sinclair Knapp. Alexis Marie Lees. Nicholas Robert Loesch. Jesse Likes. Jacqueline Lynch Torres.
Hey, Jackie!
John Stephen Magnotta. Bailey Dominic Mannion. Brian Patrick Murath. Daniel Edward McCroskey. Justin Edward McKnight. Brandon Metrick. Nicholas Metrick. Kamiko Jade Moralia. Norelli Morfin. Santiago Morfin. Kendra Jalen Morin. Haley May Morton. Corey Joshua Mount. Dylan Paul Myers. Adam Joseph Newman Jr. Daniela Marie Novikowski. Christian Dean Olivo. Sydney Ann Orndorff. Isaiah J. Parks. Anthony Joseph Henardi. Johnny Joseph Percadani. Timothy James Peters. Connor Stephen Prouty. Paul Bernard Rossi. Jessica Rogers. Giselle Rosas. Matthew Fior Rotundo. Emily Kate Ravita. Jessica Elizabeth Sakamura. Congrats, Jack. Garrett Scheibel. Anthony Christopher Scazzari. Jake Ryan Siegel. Luke Elijah Silvenko. Patrick Allen Subconich. Alicia Catherine Spencer. Kylie Hannah Staub. Claudia Ann Steffen. Robert Gus Stroline. Ryan Rudolph Silvasi. Noah Tusetta. Dimitri Giovanni Tavera. Haley Jean Tipton. Shay Wills. Travis James Wolf. Colin Michael Zawada. I present to you the New Egypt High School graduating class of 2021. Give them a hand. Tonight's farewell address will be delivered by Christian Olivo. Christian is an exceptionally positive and affable young man. He was recently honored with the Ocean County Personnel and Guidance Association Caring Award at our awards assembly. He's a multi-sport athlete and has been involved in many different clubs in his time here. Upon graduation, Christian will attend Brookdale Community College for a 21-month apprenticeship program through Jersey Central Power and Light, where he will enter the workforce as an electrician. I'm proud to present to you Christian Olivo.
Family, friends, distinguished staff and community members, and last but not least, my fellow classmates. I would like to begin by thanking you all for attending this wonderful ceremony hosted by yours truly, New Egypt High School. Over the last year, our student body has faced an abundance of new challenges, overcoming each and every one within our path. Although these trying times have been viewed as unnecessary or unneeded, I believe when the hand of adversity came knocking on the door, he introduced change, he introduced setback, but most importantly, he introduced flavor. Activist and diplomat Eleanor Roosevelt stated, "If life were predictable, it would cease to be life and be without flavor." It is the unpredictability of our day-to-day lives that has prepared every student here tonight for their next step. Whether that is college, trade school, a workforce, or the armed forces, find your line where you are comfortable and completely cross it. Because not knowing what's to come is what keeps us on our toes and ready for anything that life tries to throw at us. It is when we stand in the face of routine and satisfaction that we get comfortable and complacent. As we begin to conclude our ceremony tonight, I would like for all my peers to think to themselves, am I full or am I hungry and searching for more flavor? With that, I would like to thank you all for your attendance tonight. And to my classmates, I wish you all good luck on your future endeavors. Thank you. And one more thing, I would love to ask if we could all take one big picture. I feel like that would be really enjoyable. Right now. Thank you.
Nice job, Christian. At this time, I want to invite Senior John Magnotta to the podium. He is our Student Government President and Engineering Academy Vice President. In the fall, John is continuing his education at Notre Dame University to study mechanical engineering. As is tradition, John will be leading the class of 2021 in the turning of the tassels.
Class of 2021, will you please stand? Move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, we are now graduates.
Graduates can be seated. Tonight, the class of 2021 will continue the cap toss tradition at New Egypt High School in the south end zone. Class advisors, Mr. Fatima and Ms. Santoro, will lead the class to the south end zone after recessional for the cap toss ritual. At this time, all parents and guardians are invited onto the field to the south end zone to my left. This concludes the graduation ceremony. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2021. Please begin the recessional march.
It's good.